Hello, good afternoon, world. Salam alaikum. Uh, Cordial from a personal peace. By reckoning, uh, ever query uh, how ceremonious we can be. Uh, Celerity delves into uh, habituating um, medleys, pertinent, attitudinal factors of existence and non-existence, to be absence and manners, uh, consisting pillory for presence, and then procedural by functionalities towards that question. Well, recognizing uh, such, uh, would you consider time, concept of time, humanity in a world uh, that situates somewhat the mechanism of pilgrimage very well. Um, Process, how and representation of efforts to somewhat by basis, and then in addition, uh, the sorting way for the leverage into such order, a world where if it would be peace, uh, how ingenuity, generative by cause of, well, say, initiatives that will be somewhat prone to uh, development and uh, gradual to, and furthermore, the perspective of token. So, well, such this era in time, seasonal change and into some relative half of what will be annum, and cultural diversity somewhat indicates milestones to symbolize a point of reflection, the gratitude. So at this point, global culture, there is pertinent to Islam to have recognition of how geodesy and somewhat terms of confluence, to the rationale, I guess, if we have history of the world, somewhat typifying, well, uh, interpolated uh, phenomenon, and somewhat uh, uh, inclinations about basis, um, I guess. how serious you can be, uh, um, uh, resolutions can be encountered. Yes, final thoughts. It is such about iconism, how precursory uh, somehow delineates also uh, well, motions and notions, and inclinations somewhat sets forth a thing, recognition and consciousness, uh, ever recess, however excess, uh, and others indicative points to some the share of circumstance and the lesson. Um, by the lesson, I guess the world uh, by potential and leeways to raise spirituality to be standards, to be somewhat reinforcement of how we ideate aspects of self and time, legacies, and legend. So, okay, uh, somewhat the omnipotent facets of what will be legend, say, uh, into virtues. We call it God, and by God, is there other points of expressions, impressions, to say how purpose and furthermore assertion. Okay, Duttonism, right? Happy holidays, folks. It is acceptance pertinent to the dominance and the predominance of, well, some, a point there, Earth and humanity with culture. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.